Yeah, you're right. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing. So, obviously, I'm not here right after yesterday's video. I meant to come to this spot. This is the ICW right here. What do you see that's wrong? Not what's swimming away. But yeah, you're right. I was going to come here last night after that dismal session on the river. But after editing, eating, I got stuck in the Cavalcante. Am I saying that name right? I got basically the manhunt, right? I was watching Agenda Free TV, a live stream that went forever on the manhunt in Pennsylvania. I eventually fell asleep, but he didn't. He stayed with it, and they pulled Cavalcante out of those woods. I'm probably butchering the name, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. So I'm glad that I actually didn't come here last night in the dark, because man, it is overgrown. Look at all this. So this is going to be much easier to deal with some daylight. It is a little after 5 p.m. So we're here for a sunset session. I don't know how long we're going to stay here into the night. Look out here. There's really like almost no current. It looks like there's current, but that's the wind. We're kind of blocked by that wind because of this. So look out there. You see all that vegetation floating? That's mostly hyacinth, and it's not really moving. It's stuck there. We just had a barge, an LNG barge, come through here, and none of this really moved. So we don't have a lot of current or any current at all. We do have a breeze. I was hoping the breeze would just keep pushing it out of the way, but yeah, that's what we got to deal with. Lots of hyacinth. And there's something else. There is something else, but I don't know if we're going to get to encounter it. He or she, whichever it may be, saw me and I saw him or her. It was over here, went into here. This is kind of mucky, black and white. May have had a tail, may not have had a tail. May be feral, may not be, but highly likely feral. Here's the levee, and going that way a good distance are houses. There's a neighborhood over there. If you're still wondering what I'm going on and on about, a lot of you aren't. You know what's up. It's a cat. I saw a cat, and the cat looked at me and I looked at the cat. I don't know if the cat is you know, friendly or not, but seemed curious, but eventually slicked away. It's not out of the question, you know, it could be someone's cat and it's just out here having a walkabout, rambling around. But we are a good distance from houses, so it could be a feral cat. I don't remember seeing cats out here, and it's not like the cat came over to me and meowed at me, or it stayed a good distance away. So I'm thinking likely feral. Maybe we'll see it again. Before I actually start swinging my machete, I'm going to put a bait out. Okay, so size 6 Aberdeen, 3 ounces of lead. That's all I really need here. We're going to use a piece of gill. Not a crazy distance cast, because I'm trying to avoid throwing it where all that hyacinth is further out in front of me. We're probably going to be dealing with hyacinth hitting the line. I do have traffic coming, I think. I hear it. I just don't see it yet. I can kind of see it through these weeds. The name of the body of water is the ICW, Intercoastal Canal. Now, it links up with the river down here. This barge might be headed that way. There's a couple of dudes sitting. Yep, I just waved at them with the machete. Yeah, you're right. So they might be going down here to where the lock is. Yeah, it's over a mile. It's a distance. This bit of water might hold blue cats, opposed to the Mississippi where I'm at, not having so many because it's got a high salinity count, high salt count. I don't plan on going too crazy with the machete. I'm just gonna get stuff out of the way that's in the way, right? All right, there's a little bit done. I need to do more. I'm not sure, but I think the gentleman on the front of the barge said hi, M Hood or something. It sounded like they said my name. They may have known who I was, which there are a lot of people that work on this canal and the river that do know the channel. They watch the channel. We've got a lot of fans on the river. Are we getting a bite? I was kind of hoping that we'd get a barge bite while I was swinging the machete. We've got other baits to put out. We're just going to keep the one out for now while I'm tending to this spot to make it a little easier to do multiple rods. But we'll keep this high bit here because it's going to block what wind we're going to get this afternoon. And there is a chance that we're going to get rained off here because they have about this time they have the percentage ramping up to like 60%, but that could always change. They have like some heavy kind of rain coming in around 6, and we're right at 6. See the bend in the rod? See the clump of hyacinth doing it? Doesn't look like we're going to get hit by rain, but I'm not 100% on that. We're definitely getting hit by hyacinth. It's turning into musky weather all of a sudden. Almost feel like chalking it up to a skunk. Again, I didn't put it out too far. A little bit of space. Actually, I cleared this amount of space so we could do this easily from this spot. And there's at least one more spot that is clear enough. It was already cleared. It's nice when you don't have to clear everything you need. This is the third net coming in. And finally we have something that we can fish with. They got a bunker there. Or, well, it's a shad. It's not actually a pogie. This water is hot. This bait is really warm. We are going to fish this live on this 6/0 because it's the proper size for that. Yes, this is my 4th net coming in, and that's got a lot of nice shad in it. Look at that. Some of them are super huge. I don't have any small ones. I came here thinking that I would put out cut bait, maybe get mullet here because my cut bait is getting old, and I thought I would do a shad on a 1/0 because I was thinking I was going to get small shad. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this size shad coming out right now. We're going to pick the smallest one. I could change my rig up, but I don't want to. That's a 1/0. Just right there. 2 ounces of lead. It's a dropper loop rig. Just right there, not too far out. See if something is coming up in here, because remember, I'm getting these big shad right here off this bulkhead that I'm fishing off of. So the logic here is, if they're up here, aren't big fish coming up here to bust them? Wow, I've already lost that shad. Oh, yes. Nice little hit as the barge goes by. Still got a live shad on the big one. And we got a live shad on the small one again now. I'm watching. We got a bit of a slack line. Okay. Are you there? Yes, finally. This doesn't feel big, but it's a fish. I was beginning to wonder. I was at, no. Ah! Still got my shad, but no. That's back out there. That shad's about dead. I had to rehook it. Oh. Well, at least we're seeing some good bites here. I was beginning to wonder if this was going to work out. Maybe it still will. Okay. We had something hit that one. I think that was a gar, actually. Oh. Just throw this right back out there. Put it somewhere. Whoa. We're getting, this other shad is getting hit again. This is the one that's about dead. Okay. We'll just have to watch. Still getting hit. I'm trying to do a battery swap in the middle of all this because we are barely, whew, if we have to fight a big fish, I don't know if we can do it. We might be able to. We might have to. Okay. We got the battery swap done. Still getting hit a little bit. Got a slack line again. I wonder if there's something on the end of this slack line. I'm kind of pulsing as I do this, right? To see if something reacts, and I see a bit of reaction. I wonder if I have hyacinth on the line too. I'm gonna have to pull this up to see what's up. We might have a fish here. Oh, we got hyacinth for sure. And we have a fish. Yes, finally. Stay on. I've had a couple come off already. Wouldn't it be great if finally I'm back into a blue cat? Sometimes when you're not finding them around here in the river, this is where you'll find them. But this isn't, oh, okay. This isn't like the best always. But they are here, it's just not always the best. There are days where you'll be like, oh, wow, better than I've ever had. But yeah, we do have a freshwater cat coming in. Just not a very big one. It is a blue cat, in fact, so it's nice to see finally after so long. Well, it hasn't been that long, but it just hadn't been very good lately. It's typical, right? This is the time of year where you're actually wanting a cold front to come down to improve things. You're wanting the river to get cold again. The river is like in the 80s, like 86, 87 degrees. This canal might be hotter. It's pretty warm. You could take a dip in it if you are so brave. I don't really want to dip in this water right now. But yeah, you're right. I'm not keeping fish tonight, guys. I'm just fishing. We're gonna fish dead shad now. Cut it in half. Fish the front half first. You never know, we might bang into something really nice, worth weighing possibly. And hopefully we bang into something else. Definitely the hyacinth situation has improved. There's not so much in front of me to the left or the right at the moment, but I have a feeling it's just going to keep coming, and we'll have instances where it's not too bad and instances where you'll want to throw in the towel. This boat that's coming by right now came by a second ago when we had, right before we had that barge bite. I had to put the rod tip down on the water because he wasn't watching where he was going. He was looking behind him, speeding in front of the boat. Of course, he wouldn't have seen me anyway because of this, but yeah. Hopefully he doesn't come back on the side. Hopefully he saw me when he went by. When I turn a light on here after a while, I'll be obvious, and I think I might be getting a bite. I have a slack line again. I just put it out there. We're at the right time to have some feeding action going on in front of us from the cats. Right here at sunset. We're gonna stay through sunset. Just don't know how long after that. Holy moly. That's kind of the reason why I'm not too hot about staying after sunset. I don't want to stay into the dark too late because it is storming towards Gretna or Harvey. It just doesn't look like the end of the world where we're at the moment, but things could change. Plus, if we leave once it gets dark, I'll be avoiding having to put DEET on me because I do not like putting DEET on. The mosquitoes are probably going to be bad, but not as bad as last night because there is a wind right now and there is plenty of lightning across the way, as you can see. Okay, nice. Cut shad. Yes. Much better results right off the bat using the shad. I was hoping, like I said, to catch shad. It just, many times in the past this year when I came here, the shad were all small. Perhaps they've all grown up. I mean, obviously they have, right? But I was hoping to catch small shad in particular for fishing close in. Big shad are fine too because we can fish them live and cut them up. And he spit my bait out. This is a gaff top. So 50-50. Half fresh, half, oh my goodness, the lightning's getting more pronounced over there. You didn't see it. But it's 50-50 at the moment. We got us a salty and a freshie in the video. The freshie being the bigger fish. Go home. We'll put that back end on now. We're getting there. Hopefully we can get another freshie in the video. I almost have the mind to put the second rod back in the trailer, but we're not going to do that. Instead of like throwing the net and getting another live shad, we're going to cut this one up into smaller pieces. Maybe pull a channel in or a small gar from right here. Definitely hitting more hyacinth having the line close in like that. Before I could ever put that small bait out, we got to hit. Okay, they're definitely feeding out there in front of us, and I think, yeah, cut shad, live shad, dead shad, that's all good. I had a comment recently somewhere, it may have been on Instagram. Anyway, they asked me about fishing for cats in extreme drought conditions. That lightning is still going on over there, and it might be coming this way, I'm not sure. Anyway, they said they were having a hard time catching cats, and that they hadn't been able to catch cats in a good amount of time, right? So they asked me for my advice. Oh, look at that. Did you hear that? We had a hit right there. So my advice is, I don't know what you're fishing, a river, creek, or body of water, but basically, whatever it is, find the deepest part. That's where the cats are going to be hanging out, or, you know, and fish your main feeding parts of the day, like sunrise, sunset, maybe solar noon, or get out there at sunset and stay for a while, or fish through the night. Now we are in September. I don't know where you're at. It might be getting colder there, so your night bite might be shutting down if it's getting colder. You got to know your water temps. But yeah, you got, if you're fishing a creek and it's so extreme that your drought conditions that the creek's not flowing and it's drying up, find the deeper pools where these fish are trapped and fish that. You might not even need to show up at the best time of the day, right? You might be able to hit them at any time because they might be hungry. So if you're not doing good, what leads me to think is maybe you're just choosing the wrong spots. You're fishing too shallow of water. You need to figure out where these fish would have gone, maybe in a bend, or, you know, figure out if it's a lake where the pre-existing, I should say, channels are. That's where the deeper water is going to be. If it's a dammed up lake, go towards the dam that might have the deeper water. Those tips should help you. That little bite during the extreme drought clip stripped the bait, stripped the hook, bare, naked, it came in. Talking like Yoda all of a sudden again. So yeah, when you only have so much more time left with your session, definitely pays to like do your due diligence. Anyway, you know what I mean. Don't be sitting there with a bare hook out there. I'm not sure if it's the same cloud bank that was producing the lightning, but we're starting to get the clouds that we were looking at with the lightning extend our way, and maybe soon they'll be over us. So come on, fish, because I don't want to get fried. When you think there's a boom boom coming, maybe get your stuff together real fast so you can keep a line out, and then when it's gonna hit, when it's breaking, all you gotta do is pull that line in and go. You don't have to pick up all your stuff. I wanted to say the other word, but you know what I mean. Come on, fish. So I'll keep looking over here, and I have not seen that kitty yet. Come on, fish, come on. Come on, just take it. Take it. I'm talking to the rod for a reason, guys. We're getting a bite. Got a slack line. Oh, got a bite on the white rod too. Yes. Oh ho ho, this feels nice. It's not fighting anymore. There it is. It's still there. Feel tight head shakes though. But it's a fish. It feels of a good size so far at the moment. Oh yeah, it's a good size. Not sure what we got yet. Oh shoot. Got this nice blue cat is what we got. Not a giant, but bigger than the first one, bigger than the first blue cat. Okay, my goodness, what was that? I don't think that was thunder. It sounded like a shotgun. Not quite ready to call it yet, but I am watching this sky attentively we'll put out another bait at least one more time, right? I just heard a rumble to my left. I believe it was a barge, not thunder. I hope it was a barge. I don't mind watching this storm approach. I just kind of would like to be able to get home dry though. We're getting a bite on the big rod. It's getting dark out here and you can't really see it because I'm not running big lights, not tonight. But what you can hear is this. Hear that noise? When you get a bite on this rod, it makes that noise against the pipe. You'll hear that noise and then you'll turn your head with your headlamp on. You look at it and you're like, I don't see anything. But then you turn away and you hear it again, ringing on the pipe. I think we got a fish on. Let's see. Yes. Right on time too. This feels good because the mosquitoes are going to war. They're thick with the light on or with the light off. So it's time to get out of here. I don't know if Louisiana or Minnesota could go to war over which one's the state bird, but mosquitoes are called the state bird of Minnesota, but they feel like the state bird here too. This is a bit better of a blue cat. Not big again, but just a little better. Almost the same size as the last one, but it just seems a little better. Not much, not even an elephant hair's better, but less than that. Just a bit better. Nice. Okay, we gotta go. Short but decent, and yeah, the blue cats wanted shad today. Yeah, you're right, guys. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you next time.